Finally, guys, I got to taste my own sugarcane from my garden. Woof. And I'll tell you guys, I have squandered the sugarcane. Squandering. Mm? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Dotty. Kama kawaida, we are here at Home and Farm with Dotty, where we bring you all 30 content on homesteading and homemaking. And guess what, guys? Today I really appreciate all of you for always coming back. And today I have another interesting vlog with a lot of information just for you. I'm going to reveal to you how I made it just to grow my birds from 2 to the number that I have right now, about 60 or so. Here is the secret, guys. You need to listen to this. I hope you will learn and understand about poultry farming today. Coming to the vlog, if this is your first time on my channel, consider to subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video. Let's get to the business of the day. Now, guys, in order to grow your flock to be a healthy flock like this one, you have to invest in feeding your birds. The food is everything. The portions are everything. This is the first thing that you have to do. You have to invest in their feed, make sure they are taking the right vitamins, right portions of food. A good blended mixture of food is good for their growth and for their development. Now, these birds you're seeing here are not more than 1 year old, most of them. Maybe for the cock, it could be above a year. That's 12 months plus. And when they arrive at this age, sometimes we just slaughter them and eat them. But for the rest of the birds, they're not even enough. Stop. They're not even over a year old. And I will tell you that feeding these birds will require a lot of effort and a lot of close monitoring. So I do use their feeders to give them their portions of food. I already showed you how to measure their food before, so I won't repeat that here. But one of the secrets for growing your poultry so that they increase and you can be able to just have your flock intact without them dying is to ensure that you have the right food for them. I give them nuts, I give them chenga, I give them omena, I give them wishwa, I give them mash, I give them all sorts of things. I give them cucumber, garlic, ginger, I give them tomatoes, I give them watermelon, I give them aloe vera. There are many things that we use to help our poultry just to be organically healthy. So go to my previous videos and watch about feeding the birds. You will learn a lot. So secret number 1, the feed. Okay? On to my second secret. Now, tip number 2, monitor their diseases. Now, poultry, I consider poultry birds as one of the most delicate birds to keep, because just diseases can, swipe away the whole flock. So you have to monitor diseases, make sure that if one of them is sick, you isolate them, treat it, and then reconstitute it back to the other flock. The diseases are so many. We have the ones that affect the trachea, digestive system, the ones that affect the eyes, the feet, respiratory system. So if you don't know about the diseases, it's going to be very, very hard for you to manage your flock. Otherwise, you can't grow the flock. At some point, we lost some birds because of lack of knowledge, but when we knew how to manage them, we were able to contain the diseases. So tip number 2, if you have to grow your flock and you're just starting, if you're starting out and you have a few birds, monitor their diseases keenly. Research about the diseases that the birds can have. Look out for those diseases in your birds. Look at their poop. If it is not normal, work it out. If they are affected with some, what they call it, worms. There are different types of worms that affect the birds. So you have to look at their poop to monitor and know when they are not in good health. Like coccidiosis is very, very common. You can see the poop is brown. It's not like the white and gray, the normal. So you have to just make sure that you look out for that, give them proper medication at the appropriate time to to take care of that. Okay, so secret number one, their feed, how you feed them. Secret number two, how you maintain and take care of their diseases, and how well are you controlling their diseases. On to, sorry guys, the breeze here is too much. On to tip number three. Now, tip number three, guys, is about housekeeping. You need a good chicken coop, well built, well aerated, without congestion, because all your birds will need proper space. All your birds will need proper space in order to just grow well. Okay, so we are being advised to make sure that there is enough space according to the number of the birds that you have. Start small, yes, start with a small chicken coop, but make sure you expand as the number grows, because congestion is one of the reasons why we have diseases. Guys, do not mind about this area. This area is the area we feed our birds, so it is a bit dirty, and we clean it every weekend. So I will advise you for tip number three, make sure you have a good housekeeping system where you keep your birds, it should not be dumpy, it should have some proper aeration, it should provide for room for expansion, it should ensure that all the birds have space to rest and just relax from the day, and from the day's activities. By the way, birds are affected by stress sometimes, so they will not lay eggs well if they are affected with stress. Just make sure that the birds have adequate space. Spacing is very, very important. So that is my tip number three, if you really want to have healthy birds that are growing and increasing in numbers. On to tip number four. Sammy, Yamanza. Part of the processes of poultry farming is to have birds that can lay eggs for you, and even the eggs that you need either for eating or for sale. So you need the eggs because if you want to produce more birds, then you will hatch them into new chicks. Therefore, as you can see where I am here, this is a very important tool for you to be able to feed your birds. You need the eggs, you need the nest, the poultry nest, adequate poultry nest to be able to capture all the birds that can lay eggs. By the way, if there are not enough nests, the birds will not lay eggs. Or they will lay eggs and all the birds will be eaten up of the, they will be, suppose napasuka. So if you have proper chicken nests, you can take out all the birds, all the eggs, if you want. If you want the birds to incubate and produce more birds, then that is it for you. By the way, if you don't have enough nests, if your nets are not proper, like you place the nest in a place where the eggs just go in and fall, then you will not be able to grow your poultry. Okay? Number four, make sure you have proper chicken nests for your birds if you want to increase your numbers. Because if you don't have these, you can be sure they will not even be laying eggs. Some of them will just, even boycott. And we don't want stress on our birds. Okay? Final tip, number five, coming up. Last but not least, factor number five is to have the right breed to begin with. Make sure if you're interested in kienyeji, in broilers or kenbro, whatever your brand or your breed you want to begin with, have the right knowledge about it and start. Just make sure that you have the right breed with you, because sometimes people make a mistake. They start rearing broilers and they don't have the knowledge. They start rearing a kienyeji and they don't have the knowledge on how to take care of kienyeji. So if you start well, then you can be sure to grow your flock. But if you start, kubahatisha, sometimes you'll be discouraged along the way and you just stop all the farming altogether. But just make sure you do your research well, start with the right breed, choose well which line you want to go into. Like us here, we have kienyeji and also some improved kienyeji. So we are good with it because we have learned on the job. We are good and we understand some of the dynamics about it. So start with the right breed, make sure you stick on it and be committed to make sure it works. Okay? I hope these 5 points have given you some insights on how to grow your poultry like I did from mine, from just, a few birds to now we have about 60 birds. It is a small homestead, but it is working for us. So these tips are important for you. The feeding, okay? The diseases, you have to monitor them, okay? Choose your breed well, okay? Have your nests, have your chicken coop that is ready. With these 5 factors, you can make it. I know you can be able to make it. So those of you with questions, you're free to ask me. Make sure you ask me and I will engage you in the comments. But until next time, I appreciate you coming back every time to click on my videos. And I will see you in the next vlog. And from my birds to you, it's a wrap and bye. See you in the next vlog. Mwah.